the 2025 Polaris lineup. Biggest questions we've had are about Dynamix and XCR. So just wanted to touch base on a few things. There's a lot of good content out there. Levi LaValle has a great video on Dynamix. Nels at Polaris did a deep dive. Everybody considering a Dynamix should watch both those videos. Hopefully you already have. A few things I wanted to touch base with and kind of explain my understanding. Talked a lot with the engineers down in Dallas and got a really good understanding of Dynamix. I just want to share some of those thoughts with you guys. Difference here compared to Skidoo Smart Shocks. I've got a lot of time on Smart Shocks. I love that sled. I love how it handles in the bumps. I love how adjustable it is. Really, you can really feel the difference when you put it in comfort mode, get the thing to ride really well. But the biggest difference with the Polaris Dynamix is the use of that front track shock. There's been a lot of talk about how it gets through the bumps. There's been a lot of talk about how Dynamix works with understanding the inertia on the sled instead of relying on sensors. They're not relying on a sensor to know that you're in a corner. They can tell just from the inertia from the IMU, they can tell you're in a corner. And that combination and being able to adjust that front track shock is where the customer is going to get the biggest benefit. So with the dynamic suspension and the use of all four shocks, the front track shock especially there, you're going to notice the biggest difference, in my opinion, cornering. And any customer we've worked with trying to get their sleds to corner well and adjusting limiter straps, whether it's a Skidoo or a Polaris, really playing with the front of the suspension and the ski pressure. The Dynamix is smart enough, when you shove that thing in a right-hand corner and it loads the left front suspension and it knows you're in a corner, it's also going to be pulling pressure from that front track shock to keep ski pressure while you're in the corner. As your inertia and as the kind of weight shifts back as you exit the corner, it's going to stiffen the rear suspension up. So understand that concept. Go watch Levi's video, go watch Polaris's video with Nels, and keep that in mind as you're understanding that. I personally think the biggest difference with dynamic suspension is going to be how your sled corners. All of these sleds get through the bumps pretty well. The Dynamix is going to get through the bumps really well, but how it corners, I think, is where everyone's going to notice a big difference. And that, to me, means the most when you go out on a long day with your buddies and you want to get to the intersection and start sipping on your water before your buddy even comes down the trail. I think Dynamix is a sled that you're going to do that with.